Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Elena. So welcome and click that subscribe button if you are here to stay. Today's video is a request video by one of my subscribers. It is going to be an update video on my root mealybug situation. You guys have seen that video about 2.5 months ago, and I do feel confident at this point to update you on the situation. Plus, that subscriber is trying to get rid of her infestation, and I want to give her a confidence just chopping up her plants and reroot them. One thing I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention in my video when I was chopping up my plants, the reason why I don't really deal with any kind of treatments to treat root mealybugs and just chop the roots off and restart the plant, because root mealybugs are very different from regular mealybugs. They are a different kind of bug. So don't be confused with those two. Root mealybugs, they live only on your roots. They don't really travel up the plant. They are much smaller than regular mealybugs, and what they do, they basically feed on your plant, sucking up all the plant juice, I guess, from the plant roots. So they are very difficult to get rid of, basically almost impossible. There is some treatments out there. You can also kind of boil them, but the water have to stay at certain temperature the whole time for at least half an hour, which would be very, very difficult. I don't bother with that for that reason. They are almost impossible to get rid of. They will kill your plant very slowly, but they will, sometimes actually pretty fast. They are very invasive. They're very frustrating. For anyone who have similar situation and afraid to cut their plants, I know it's hard because you've been growing them for so long. They finally got to a certain point and then you have to chop them up, but sometimes you have to do that. Otherwise, I can guarantee you it will die. That's like your last chance to save that plant. So I'd say fear no more, just go for it, chop it up, start it from the beginning, and you will have a pretty high success rate to save your plant. One more thing I want to mention in that video, I only had very tiny plants. I didn't really had extra plant material to work with, so I had to kind of go into upper layer of soil to cut the stem. If you guys have enough plant material, meaning it's longer, it's more nodes to work with, I would definitely suggest to cut above the soil level. This way you have better chance to not have infestation again. In that video, I had 4 Hoya Matildes that I was treating or restarting from mealybugs, and I had a Hoya Mayog River EPC 935. Let me show you all of them so we can guys see what's going on here. Here's the first Matilde that I have right here. It is still alive, and it's grew me this whole new growth point. There is a lot of roots. You can see it right here. We cut off all of the roots 2.5 months ago, and here they are. There's more right here, so it's doing pretty well. That was that one leaf cutting that I had. So next one I have is a 2-leaf cutting that does have tiny growth point right over here. I don't know if you guys gonna be able to see it, but it's very tiny. So it's starting to grow for me. There is also roots right there, and you can see there is no sign of root mealybugs at all. Actually, let me show you on this one too. There is no sign of root mealybugs. The way to recognize them, you would have that cottony, moldy type of stuff in there, and you will see tiny little mealybugs. They are just a lot smaller than regular mealybugs. So the next one I have right here, which was my 3-leaf cutting right here. And the leaves are a little pale on them only because I was growing them in a very high light, and Matilde is not very high light Hoya. So I moved them recently into the lower light. Hopefully leaves will get darker color again. And this one is definitely overachiever. It has a very long vine. There is roots in there. I don't know if you guys gonna be able to see it, but there's so much glare. So you can see the root right there. So, but there is no sign of root mealybugs. They are doing pretty well. Fourth Matilde I want to show you guys, that was just my experiment in a video. I've decided to save some roots, not cut all of them off, and treat the roots with Captain Jack's dead bug spray. Again, that was the first time I ever done it. I did not know even if it's going to work. Why not try new things? I was trying to cut corners, I guess, and maybe save some roots and not start the process from the beginning. And I gotta tell you, that was a total fail. So don't do that. Did not work well for this Hoya. I mean, Captain Jack's, it meant to be sprayed on the plants. I just don't think it's designed to be sprayed on the roots, and it might have been just too harsh for this plant. I mean, it was doing okay for a while. The roots obviously was rooted and all that stuff because we didn't cut off all the roots, but then it just did this. I mean, there is a little stem right there that's kind of dried off on the ends too. So, I mean, I don't know. I'll hang on to it and see what happens, but I don't think this plant enjoyed drinking up Captain Jack's. So that's definitely a fail. I would definitely just cut off the root. Or like I mentioned before, if you have enough plant material, cut above the soil level. This way you don't even have to worry about what's underneath. But even this plant, I mean, you can see, I mean, they did not come back, that's for sure. Everything is clean, clean soil. No sign of root mealybugs. And the last one right here is Hoya Mayog River EPC 935, and this guy is doing amazing. It's starting to grow very, very slowly. There is a tiny, tiny little nub. Hopefully it will start growing for me. There's quite a bit of roots there, if you guys can see. So it's definitely been focused on growing roots. I mean, it's going all the way around. The same thing, as you can tell, the soil is clean. There is no sign of root mealybugs. Wherever the sparkles you guys see, this is vermiculite. It does have a little sparkle to it. It looks like gold. But it's doing fine. It's pretty healthy, and hopefully it will start growing for me very, very soon. So that was my update on my root mealybug situation. Definitely success story. So you guys feel free to do that. If you have to do it, do it. Don't even overthink it. Just cut your plant and restart, because honestly, what other option do you have? So at least you have a chance, pretty good chance, to save your plants. I hope you guys found this video very, very helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a like, share with your plant friends, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next Thursday, 11 a.m. Thanks for watching. Bye!